What's up, guys? It's Joe. So there's a lot of laws here in the United States, alright? A lot of shit we can't do. Among some of these laws are some weird shit, and I have found the weirdest laws in the United States. In Oregon, it's illegal to place a container filled with human fecal matter on the side of the highway. I mean, that goes without saying, no? Obviously, you can't just shit in buckets and leave them on the side of the road. What kind of person are you? I've heard of like peeing into like Snapple bottles on like a long road trip because you can't stop, so you just like pee in a Snapple bottle and you like toss it out the window. But who the fuck is shitting in containers and leaving that on the side of the highway?
Yo, just give me the bucket, man, come on.
Why? What are you doing?
Oh my god!
What are you doing?
I gotta shit!
You're shitting in the... Oh my, he's shitting in the bucket! Okay, yep, we're doing this now!
I missed the bucket!
Oh, you missed it! Not on the seat!
Oh god!
Oh my god!
It's everywhere!
Great. That's great. Just great. You happy now?
Can you turn on the air conditioner? It stinks in here.
Who's doing that? I don't know the penalty for breaking this law, but I hope it's prison. Any person who is crazy enough to take a shit in the backseat of a car less than a foot away from someone else is disgusting and deserves to be locked up. In Montana, it is illegal for a man and a woman to have sex in any other position other than missionary style. No doggy style, no reverse cowgirl, no wild shit like a standing 69. Well, I mean, not that anyone could even do that anyway, besides porn stars. Because let's be honest, like 2% of the world can pull off a standing 69. Okay, you want me to pick you up, turn you over, and hold you in the air? What is this, a circus? What are you, trapeze artists? What the fuck are we doing this for? No one's watching. Can we lay down, please? If you want to do handstands, do it on your own time. Not during sex, not now. Thank you. In Chicago, it is against the law to eat in a place that's on fire. Why, in the good name of fuck, is this a law? Was there a time period where people were refusing to leave restaurants as it was burning to the fucking ground? To the point where they're like, we have to make a law about this because this is getting out of hand. A lot of people are dying in the restaurants. What the hell? Either the people are really stupid in Chicago or the food is really fucking good. In Maine, after January 14th, you will be charged a fine for having your Christmas decorations still up. Finally, a law that makes sense. I'm sure we all have those neighbors that don't take their Christmas shit down until like the fucking 4th of July. And even then, they might not take them down. They might just put a fucking American flag next to Santa and his reindeer and call it a day. I love the law. The only thing I would change is the penalty. Like, I wouldn't make it a fine. If it's January 15th and your decorations aren't down yet, then we just fucking toss a grenade through your living room fucking window. This should go for, like, stores, too. Because the day after Halloween, these people are already shoving Santa Claus' dick in my face. Like, dude, relax, alright? I still got 2 months before I gotta buy this shit. In Arkansas, a man can legally beat his wife, but not more than once a month. How sweet. So now, instead of beating his wife every time he comes home drunk from bowling with the guys, Jerry can only do it the 3rd Wednesday of every month. The best part about this law is that I get to imagine that there was a round table of guys going, how many do you think, like a year, like 12 beatings, right? That's good. They'll be good, right? This either has to be fake or just like an old-ass law. In Oklahoma, it is against the law to have a sleeping donkey in your bathtub after 7 p.m. Stop! I have questions. First one being, why would you have a sleeping donkey in your bathtub at any time of the day? Morning, night, dusk, dawn, it doesn't matter. Why the fuck do you have a donkey in your bathtub? Also, who the fuck's enforcing this law? Who the fuck's going around Oklahoma kicking down doors, checking for sleeping donkeys? Anyway, those are the weirdest ones I could find. Guys, I'm back with more weird laws. Seriously, I want to know who's making these things. In Pennsylvania, a person is not eligible to become governor if he or she has participated in a duel. A duel? Who the fuck's been in a duel? This isn't the Wild West. What the hell's going on in Pennsylvania? By the way, I think this rule is horseshit anyway. If anything, if you want to be governor, you should be required to be in a duel. President too. You want to run the country? Fight to the death. Earn it. None of this voting shit. That would be way cooler than watching these guys debate. Move the podiums out of the way and let's have duels tournament style. You go back to back, you walk 3 steps, you turn around, you just start fucking shooting, and the winner moves on. First round, Trump versus Bernie Sanders. Let's see who wins. If you can handle a gun, you can handle the country. In California, prison workers will no longer be allowed to have sex with inmates. No longer? When the fuck was that okay? Hey, lock this piece of shit up. Lock him up. But if you could fuck him, do it. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna say anything. I wonder how that meeting went. Like, I wonder if the guards were upset by that. Alright, everyone listen up. Alright, you know how you've been stuffing the prisoners? Yeah. Yeah, well, all that shit's gone now, alright? So no more prisoner banging. You're done.
What?
Yeah, no more.
Wait, what about hand jobs?
No hand jobs, Clark.
Alright, well, what about long hugs from behind?
No, none of that shit either.
But what about...
You heard what I fucking said, Clark! None of that shit. I don't even want you blowing kisses at him. Don't you fucking blow them at me either. In Florida, it is illegal for a doctor to ask a patient whether they own a gun or not. When does that even come up in conversation? Alright, turn your head and cough. Nice. By the way, do you own a gun besides this pistol right here?
What?
What? In Tennessee, it is legal to gather and consume roadkill. Tennessee? What the You're gross. Who the hell's walking down the highway like, oh look, a squirrel who got hit by a truck. Looks delicious. Honey, tell the kids they're in for a real treat tonight. Crushed squirrel. Is that a raccoon too? Oh, invite the neighbors over. We're having a party. In Massachusetts, taxi drivers are prohibited from making love in the front seat of their taxi during their shifts. No love making in the front seat. But the back seat, shit is on and popping. I've seen those pornos. As soon as they get close to the destination, the girl starts like frantically looking through her wallet like, oh no, I seem to have misplaced my wallet. I don't have any money. Then the taxi driver gets all mean.
Well, you can just get the fuck out right now.
And she says some shit like, well, maybe I can pay you in some other way. And that just changes his whole attitude.
Well, keep talking.
And then they bang in like an empty parking lot, which is how things should be. In South Carolina, if a man promises to marry an unmarried woman, the marriage must take place. I would be so fucked if I lived in South Carolina. Every girl I liked, even a little bit, from the ages of 7 to 13, I told them I love them and we'd be together forever and get married. Because that's how it went. You're like, oh, we're dating? Okay, I love you. I remember in 6th grade, the first day me and this girl Samantha started dating, I told her I loved her. And she told me she loved me. If we lived in South Carolina, the police would be knocking down both our doors, forcing us to get married. In West Virginia, whistling underwater is prohibited. It's also impossible. Who the hell, outside of maybe Aquaman, can whistle underwater? I feel like if I tried to whistle underwater, I would just drown. That's probably why this law is a law. Because someone went, hey, I bet you can't whistle underwater, and some idiot tried it until he drowned. But there is not a bone in my body that feels sorry for him. If you die from whistling underwater, you're an idiot. In Wisconsin, whenever two trains meet at an intersection of said tracks, neither shall proceed until the other has. By far the dumbest law I've ever seen. If they meet at an intersection, no train shall move until one of them passes. But if they're not allowed to move, then how the fuck is one going to pass? There's probably trains still stuck in Wisconsin from 10 years ago. That's like when you get to a stop sign the same time as someone else, and then you both start going, you, no you, no you, no you, and you're both just there for 10 days wondering when the fuck one of you is gonna go. Well, that's all for this week's video. Jesus, alright, this is part 3 of this series, and I think this is the dumbest one yet. I don't know how any of these things are real. In Ohio, policemen are allowed to bite a dog if they think it will calm the dog down. Why the fuck would that calm the dog down? There's so many things you could do to calm a dog down. You'd fucking pet it, you'd say nice things, read it a lullaby before you bite it, you fucking moron. What are they teaching in Ohio? If someone's upset, just give them a nibble and everything will be fine. A baby's crying? Just give it a swift kick in the jawbone. It'll stop. In Arizona, you may not have more than 2 dildos in a house. Why not? What's wrong with dildos? Why are we only keeping it 2 per house? It's not endangered. It's a dildo, not a fucking bald eagle. I mean, I've never used a dildo, but I can understand a woman being tired of the same 2 plain white ones she got when she was like 17. They're like the training bra of dildos, very plain. They're not the cool ones. So she's tired of that, and then maybe one night she's feeling crazy. She's had like 4 glasses of wine. She's watching American Idol, and then she goes on her laptop, she goes on Amazon, and she gets a crazy supercharged one that vibrates. It's ribbed, and it's got like balls and veins and shit. It's like all lifelike. She shouldn't be fined for that. By the way, who the fuck is going door to door taking inventory on the amount of dildos on the block? Like, what the? In South Carolina, it is perfectly legal to beat your wife on the courthouse steps on Sundays. How delightful. Sunday morning, right after church, just head on down to the courthouse steps and take your day out on your wife, because apparently no one gives a shit. That's normal. And why the courthouse steps? Why steps to begin with? Do you know how hard it is to fight on a flight of stairs? It's pretty tough. You might twist your ankle trying to beat the shit out of your wife. So be careful. In Alaska, if you see a sleeping bear, it's illegal to wake it up for a photo op. Now here's a law I disagree with. If you're dumb enough to wake up a sleeping bear for a selfie or a Snapchat, you should be allowed to do that. That shouldn't be illegal. You should be allowed to do that because you deserve every injury that you're about to get. In Washington, a motorist with criminal intentions must stop at the city limits and telephone the chief of police as he is entering the town. What, so a criminal has to call ahead and schedule a crime? I hate to break it to you, Washington. That's not how crime works. No criminal's gonna call you up like, yeah, hi, I'm just calling to let you know that I'm on my way over to the bank on Main Street because I'm gonna rob it. I have 2 other gentlemen with me. We all have guns. I plan on shooting a couple people in the face. But yeah, I'm gonna head over there in about 15 to 20. All right, depending on traffic. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. That's not what happens. They're criminals. They don't follow the law. So why the fuck would they follow this dumbass one? In New Jersey, it is illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a murder. Why is it? Who gives a shit what he's wearing? He just murdered a person. Do you think some guy who has intentions to murder someone is gonna give a shit about that? He's like, oh, well, I'll kill him, but I'm not gonna wear a vest. That's illegal. I'm not like a monster. In West Virginia, it is legal for a male to have sex with an animal as long as it does not exceed 40 pounds. Can someone explain to me where they got 40 pounds from? Who the fuck negotiated that? Why not make it easy and go, hey, don't fuck any animals because they're animals. They probably did say that, and then there was such an outrage in West Virginia that they had to like negotiate and come to a compromise. Like, all right, listen, I'll give you 40 pounds and that's all you're getting. Anything more than that? No. But Jesus, my dog's under 40 pounds. I'm never moving there. In Alaska, it is illegal to get drunk in a bar and remain on the premises. So you're not allowed to be drunk at a bar? Where can you get drunk then? If you don't want people to be drunk in your bar, then don't serve alcohol. That's like getting kicked out of a pool for being wet. Alaska, figure it out, buddy. In Tennessee, it is illegal to share Netflix logins. Well, thank God I don't live there because I have Netflix, HBO Go, Showtime, Hulu, all that shit, and none of them are mine. And I'm pretty positive that like 80% of the people who are watching this now also don't have their own accounts. We'd all be in jail. These fucking idiots in Tennessee are paying for their own Netflix accounts. Fucking rookie mistake. You know, I'm a little concerned that I have to make a part 4 to this video. How many fucking weird laws can there be? In Illinois, it is illegal to pee in your neighbor's mouth. Wow! What kind of world are we living in where you can't pee in your neighbor's mouth? Is this not America? Are we not free? I mean, I live in New York, so none of this applies to me anyway. I could walk around to all my neighbors, knock on their door, hey, what's up? Pee in their mouth, whatever. That's not how my pee sounds. Like, that sounds like a prostate problem, to be honest. But I can pee in anyone's mouth on this block, but what if I wanted to move to Illinois? Then I'm stripped of my rights. My right to pee in someone's mouth. By the way, what is a neighbor? Like, is it just your next door neighbor? Or like, is a neighbor like the people across the street and the people on either sides of you? Like, what is a neighbor? Everyone on your block, whatever? Because the people 2 blocks away are definitely not my neighbors. So maybe you could pee in their mouth. In Illinois, it is against the law to have sex with a corpse. No sex with dead people either, huh? Just no fun, I guess. No smiling, no laughing, no peeing in someone's mouth. Anything enjoyable, just it's against the law. Let me be clear here, I am kidding. Fucking a dead person is easily the grossest thing in the world. Not to mention, it's terrifying. Clearly you haven't seen The Walking Dead. First of all, what kind of psycho even considers something like this? And how the fuck do they even do it? Do you like go to a cemetery at 2 a.m. and just start digging up a dead person? Dude, I have trouble at the beach digging 4 inches for a sandcastle. You're gonna dig 6 feet deep into the ground so you could put your fucking dirty dick into a decomposed vagina? Have you not heard of Tinder? You could literally just sit, you could take a dump and just swipe at the same time. Eventually someone's gonna go, yeah, fuck it, I'll have sex with you, whatever. And then you could have sex with a live vagina. Just don't pee in their mouth, because that's against the law in your state. In Colorado, throwing missiles at cars is illegal. Throwing missiles? What are the fucking Avengers over there having a galactic battle or some shit? Who the fuck's throwing missiles? How do you even throw a missile? It's a missile, like, is it like a javelin? You take it and you're just like, ugh. Dude, missiles are heavy. I think. I've never had a missile. I've never had any weapons, really. If anyone broke into my house, the only thing I have to defend myself is like a nail clipper. I actually Googled how much do missiles weigh, and immediately I deleted my history because I got scared. I'm like, If the government sees this, I am fucked. But anyway, I found out that they're like 3,000 pounds. Which is like, you know, a little fucking heavy. So unless fucking Hercules is walking around in Colorado, I think you guys will be okay. In Idaho, you may not fish from a giraffe's back. No one has a giraffe in Idaho. No one has a giraffe anywhere. It's a fucking giraffe. You can't just have a giraffe. They're fucking 20 feet tall. You can't, what are you just gonna leave that in your apartment like when you're out at work and shit? Even if you lived on a farm, what are you gonna do? You're gonna tie it to a tree? It's a fucking giraffe! But if you did have a giraffe, by some miracle, I think you should be able to fish off of it, because what else are you gonna do with a giraffe? In Michigan, it is legal for a robber to file a lawsuit if they got hurt in your house. Okay, Jesus, what's going on? So you're telling me if some asshole breaks into my house with the intention to steal or to perform a straight up family murder, but on the way up the stairs, he slips, and fucking breaks his ankle, he can sue me for that? This is not how it went down in the Home Alone movies. Those guys broke in, they got all kinds of injuries because of Macaulay Culkin. You didn't see Joe Pesci in a courtroom like, Your Honor, I was trying to kill the kid, but on my way up the stairs, a fucking paint can hit me in the face and chipped my front tooth, and now I'm seeking damages. If some guy tried to sue me like this, I would have no problem showing up to that courtroom with a blowtorch and just lighting that guy on fire. In Nebraska, it is illegal to go whale fishing. Whale fishing! In Nebraska. For those of you who have no idea where Nebraska is, it's literally in the center of the United States. So my question to you is, where the fuck are these whales? There's no oceans, there's no lakes, I don't even know if there's fucking rain in Nebraska. Where are these whales living? In Maryland, persons may not swear while on the highway. I'm pretty confident that more curse words come out of my mouth than normal words while I'm driving. And if you knew me, you would know that I'm serious. I just create new words. Fucking ass fuck! You shitty dickhole fucker! I have serious road rage, and I'm not like proud of it by any means, but like, it's come to the point where I'm upset. I get angry at people for driving the speed limit. Like, for driving at a safe speed. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? In Texas, it is illegal to sell one's eye. Why would you even sell your eye? Who the fuck's even gonna buy your eye? What are you gonna do with a human eye? By the way, do you know how broke you gotta be to try and sell your eye? You're just like, okay. There you go. Here, take my eye then. I don't know. I'm still waiting for my check to clear. I don't have cash. So do you want the fucking eye or not? Anyway, that's all the laws I have for this week. So since the election just passed, I figured it was appropriate to make a part 5 of this video. In Alabama, incestuous marriages are legal. I don't have any jokes. Can we just not fucking, can we stop doing that? Also in Alabama, it is illegal to impersonate a person of the clergy. Well, isn't that something? You can't pretend to be a priest in Alabama, but if you want to fuck your sister, that's just A-okay. Alright. In Florida, having sexual relations with a porcupine is illegal. Who's having sex with a fucking porcupine? Have we just forgotten that that animal has like spikes all over its back? Who in their right mind goes, yeah. I'm gonna fuck that porcupine. That's like putting your dick in a thorn bush. You'd probably be better off putting your dick in a thorn bush. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I mean, you're pretty fucked either way. That would hurt. At least it would be less weird. But why porcupines? And how porcupines? I went to Florida numerous times in my life, have never seen a porcupine. I've never seen one at a zoo. They're always hiding, or they don't have them. I don't know. They're out of stock. No porcupines here. Listen, there's a lot of things wrong with this. I know that. This guy shouldn't be having sex with any animals. But for a second, let's just imagine that we lived in a world where that was cool. Like anyone, you had fucking elephant, giraffes, gorillas, whatever you want to do. So let's just say we live in that world where everyone's having sex with everyone's pets, right? Wouldn't porcupines be like dead last, like right next to piranhas and snakes? Who would choose that? Not to mention, we live in 2016. There's free porn everywhere. You don't need porcupines, you could use your hand. And if you get tired of your hand, you're like, I've been using this too much, boom, right here, left hand, got another one. Completely different ball game. Takes a while to get the motion down, but once you get that, you are chilling. Or you can get a fleshlight, which is like a flashlight with no light and a mold of a vagina in the thing, and you use it They're a little expensive. Or if you're really crazy, you can get one of those like Japanese sex dolls. They look like real people and they just look at you and you can have sex with them. Those are expensive. Am I oversharing? I feel like I know too much. Also in Florida, you may not kiss your wife's breasts. Not the breasts! Take the porcupines, but let us have the breasts. What am I supposed to do with them if I can't kiss them? I'm supposed to just look at them? Looking at them is pretty good, but that's not the point! Side note, am I the only one that feels weird calling them breasts? I feel like they're boobs or tits or titties. Breasts are boobs that are gonna get a pension when they retire. Like, they put the work in, they deserve it. That obviously makes no sense whatsoever, and neither does this next thing that you're about to hear. Okay, so you know the movie Titanic? So all the people on that ship, I feel like they had breasts. Like, no one on that ship had tits. Like, they were all classy, they wore petticoats and smoked those long cigarettes and those big hats. Like, they had breasts. I feel like you have no idea what I mean, but at the same time, you know exactly what I mean. In Louisiana, it is illegal to shoot lasers at police officers. What is fucking Han Solo down there fucking shooting at the cops? Who's shooting lasers on planet Earth? Wow, okay, so I just realized that they may have been talking about laser pointers, which in that case, that makes a ton of sense. I am an idiot, don't listen to me. In Maine, advertisements may not be placed in cemeteries. I agree with this law. I don't think a cemetery is a place for advertising. However, I want to know who the fuck thinks it's a good idea to advertise in a cemetery. Who's buying your shit? Everyone's dead. And I know someone's gonna go, no, Joe, you fucking idiot. It's not for the dead people, obviously. It's for the families that come to visit the dead people. They'll see the advertisements and then buy the product. So let me get this straight. You're telling me that someone's gonna be burying their loved one. Like, I can't believe Grandpa's dead. Dunkin' Donuts is doing... You get 2 donuts and a hot chocolate for $5 until 1 p.m. And it's 12:15, so if we're gonna beat traffic, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Is that what you think's gonna happen? That doesn't happen. In Kentucky, dogs may not molest cars. Well, that is news to me. Which breed of dogs is going around putting their red rocket into the tailpipe of a Ford F-150? I never knew dogs were compelled to molest a car. I didn't even know you could molest a car. Actually, that's not entirely true. I've seen that episode of My Strange Addiction with that guy who said he's in love with his car, and he says he had sex with it, but I don't know which part of the car he's greasing up and going to town on, but this kind of sounds like what we're talking about here. In Arizona, anyone caught stealing soap must wash themselves with it until it is all used up. This is one of the weirdest laws I've ever come across. You're gonna make someone wash themselves with the bar of soap until it's gone? How does that make any sort of... That's like someone robbing a bank and then making them spend it, like, in front, like, well, fine, if you're gonna steal it, then spend all of it. Do what you wanted to do with the thing that you stole. Not to mention, how weird is that? Like, imagine you steal soap from, like, Bed Bath & Beyond, and then a police officer stops you and is just like, oh, you wanted that soap so damn bad, so use it. Use all of it. And then what? He just watches you wash yourself with this bar of soap until it's gone? But do you know how long that would take, by the way? In Texas, it's illegal to possess realistic dildos. Sorry, Texas. No veins or balls on your dildos. This is another law that I don't really know why it was created, but it sounds like it was created by a really jealous husband. Like, his wife's like, I got this, I don't need you anymore. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get those outlawed. So what does he do? He pulls some strings, gets it outlawed, she goes to jail for using it. The husband thinks he's won. He's dead wrong. She breaks out. She digs up the dildo because she hid it before her arrest. Very smart. The authorities know this, so they're onto her. So what does she do? She goes on the run. She starts using it on the run, state to state. Where does she go? No one knows. She was never found. The husband, he kills himself 5 years later. He can't deal with the mystery. Sorry. Anyway, that's all for this week's video and movie plot.